Okay. Not that stuff again. Wait, no, I think I'm gonna use this like this. I need to breathe. Holy crap. So anyway, my name is Erica, and my other channel, I gotta stop smoking those cigarettes. Oh my gosh. It is so bad. Then, like, I just broke down and bought some cigarettes just because I got tired of like always trying to like borrow cigarettes from my neighbors and stuff. So I was like, let me just buy my own buy my own pack. But I want to make these videos, but like I don't know, it's just weird. See, look at my hair. Look, watch. Okay, so where the heck was that? Right there. Okay, so I don't know if anybody else can see it, but my hair is red. Like it's like brown red. See, you can see it right there. And so I don't know what that means, and I don't know where that hair comes from, but it's probably from like the red bear. It's so weird because like I know that names, I love that clay stuff like really dries out my face, but I have so many things to talk about, and like my ADHD is just like running crazy because I'm just like here, there, everywhere. Like my boobs are little. Oh my gosh, my boobs are so little. It's so ugly. People, like these end times are so crazy, but I'm hopping from like topic to topic to topic, but um and I don't want to do no fear mongering because I feel like I'm good at that. I feel like um it's easy to like fear monger. Look at my makeup's almost out. Oh my gosh. And then I was like trying to shave all the little fuzz off my face, and I shaved this little part. What the frig? That's so ugly. Just act like it's not there. No, but I could tell like I'm really winded, and I don't like that. Whenever when I was on drugs really bad, I smoked, but it's weird because like I smoked you know, like the Juul vape. When Juul, I think Juul was like one of the first ones that came out in those, what is it? Vuse or Fuse or something like that. Vuse. Those vapes. And I used to be able to just like smoke the heck out of it. But it's so crazy because like when you're on a substance, you can't even feel when you're on a substance. Well, I guess for me, that's how it was for me. Like when I was on drugs really bad, like I could like hit my Juul, and then I had this boyfriend at the time, that he's the one who got me into them, but he's like, yeah, he's like, whenever you buy the Juul, and then you buy the what is it called? It's the one, the cartridges that come with it, but then you buy this other one. I think it's like the Virginia tobacco. Anyway, it tastes like coffee. It tastes like coffee. And so if you like coffee, I don't know. But I wouldn't suggest vaping. But anyway, it's just amazing how like, um, so like when I was like on a substance, like you can't even feel that. Like you're taking like these massive hits and you know, and then whenever I sobered up and I tried to hit a vape, I was like, it hurt so bad. And I was like, what the heck? So can you imagine like you're like all numbed up to like that stuff and then can you imagine what you're actually doing to your body? You know what I mean? Like I don't know, maybe somebody needs to hear that about like the vaping and stuff. I probably look so scary. I probably look so scary. This makeup doesn't even match me. I think I bought it in like December. Yeah, I think I bought it in December. Usually, whenever I buy, I just keep it basic. I don't like to like, well, if I had like contouring stuff, I probably would uh do like contouring and stuff, but I don't have none of that. I do have like um and see this phone is like lagging. Like I don't know, but I'm still gonna just talk anyway. But anyway, so I had my account and it just seems like I don't know, it just seems like I don't know. And I feel like I always try to like figure it out, but um like I always try to figure it out and I always try to overanalyze and stuff, but um I don't know, you know? And it's like anyway, I didn't even want to take it there. I'm not taking it there. I think I should just update because then that's what I feel like I need to have like a strategic like plan for like whenever I come on here and like okay, well, what are you going to talk about? Okay, like keep it on like this topic or whatever. And because sometimes whenever like I let everything flow, I just like flow into a bunch of stuff. And I was trying to get back on my um there's a lot of stuff that I went through recently that but it's like it's weird because like I go through these exact tactics and it's just like so weird because like it comes like it used to be okay, so when I was on drugs, I swear like these tactics that I go through now were like they were always there and they were like designed to like keep you down, keep me down. Like I would go, okay, so like say I'm all depressed and I'm on drugs, nothing's working out, whatever. And then I go get a job finally. And then like somebody by a miracle like shows up and they're like, "Oh, hey, let's go party." Da da da. And then I never go back to work or, I have nobody to watch my kids, just all kinds of problems. And so like whenever you quit that job, then your job I was jobless for like a really long time. And I just didn't care to try sometimes like, like you just I don't know, it feels like we're like in something that is designed to keep us down and it feels like we're in this thing that is like made to make us feel like helpless in a sense or something like and helpless and hopeless, so just like stay in your box and just shut up and don't make a noise and just here you got your EBT and your welfare check and you live free, just shut up and be there. And I mean, like, and I guess like with this time, it's like, yeah, you do have Jesus, but like still, like, I've ran into so many problems after so many problems, and um, like, I don't know, it's so weird. Like, it's just so weird, and I know that it comes from the people that you are covenanted with. It comes from like the people. You may like think everybody's like, oh, you're friends, and like, oh, they're trying to help you, and oh, like this and that. But I, just like everybody else that's waking up, um, we are trained to see people in a different light. It doesn't mean that we demonize everybody. I don't think that's what it is. I feel like it's more so like I feel like it's more so you have to know what's going on. You have to know like who's behind who and what what kingdom is this person serving, because if it's not, and it like you know what I mean, and a lot of people don't serve Jesus, they don't choose Jesus. And like one thing that I've been realizing is that I think for a long time I've been like, instead of trying to love people where they're at, I've been trying to like say, oh well, if you don't love God or Jesus and you don't like, it's not about believing how I believe. Like in this life, in this world, like all of the deities and the demons and the false gods, they will like why do I have to be delegated to say this? Why? Just why? Just why? Why do I have to think these things, say these things, and know these things? Why? I just don't even know. But I give Jesus all the glory or whatever because, oh my gosh. And I think, okay, so I think I'm able to use this situation with this guy that I used to know and talk to and whatever. And I kind of do want to do a little story time about him. Not because I'm in love with him anymore. I used to be, but it was all in my head. It was never nothing physical. He was from a foreign country. And everything. But anyway, so like this was like about 2 months ago now. Anyway, I didn't have a Facebook for a long time, and our relationship like was like a lot of people were doing like spiritual witchcraft manipulation on him to get him to think that I was like this evil wicked woman. And I think he did believe it, and he was like, because whenever you're being manipulated in the spirit realm, like you're looking at somebody and you're like, okay, I think you're a bad person here. Like, what the heck is going on with you? You know what I mean? Like, you don't understand that, like, there's like this whole spiritual side of life that is totally real, But I hope by now everybody has awakened to it. But, like I said, I'm not trying to shove anybody into the spirit realm and say, here, open your eyes and look in here. I'm not trying to do that to nobody. I'm just trying to, I know that like in my journey, from my experience, from the things that I've been through, everything was completely real. And so like this guy, he was an Arab, he was a Muslim, and I loved him, and I feel like the reason why I felt like I loved him was because I felt like he was humble, and I felt like he was like kind of like me, like you're going through this life and you're meeting all these people and you're pure hearted, and people don't really know how to receive that. You know what I mean? People don't. And then whenever you go around people and you have a pure heart, you don't have like these weird ulterior motives, and you're not trying to set people up and do weird stuff to them and everything. I feel like they think that like, oh, you're a creep, or you're there's something about you, and and I'm gonna go into that. I'm gonna make another video um about all of that, about soul ties and all that. But so anyway, so that's why I kind of like, that's why I believe that I liked him so much, is because I felt like me and him were kind of the same in a sense, because like I'm such a like I'm such a person that like if I had friends, I would hug them and tell them that I love them every day. Like, I love you and I care about you, and I'll help you. I want to help you. I'll help you clean. I'll help you cook. I'll do whatever you want to do. We're friends. We're friends. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And but it wasn't always received. You know what I mean? And I feel like I didn't really see that in him in the beginning, but um he sent me like a video from his TikTok account. And so, because we always talk through like Messenger and stuff. And so, whenever he did that, like I went to his videos and I was like watching them, and I could see how, like, what I'm talking about. Like, he's just like this smiling, happy go lucky type of person. And the people around him were just like not receiving him, not reciprocating that love back. You know what I mean? And it was just kind of like heartbreaking. And I'm like, wow, like, does this confirm like what I thought about him, like about the humbleness? Because, like, I feel like if you have a good, like, way of discerning people, all you have to do is sit down and have a conversation with them, and you could almost just tell about anything about them. I know I can. And I could be wrong sometimes, but I could be right sometimes, sometimes it's just different. Um, but anyway, so like I said in the beginning, like I thought like I was somehow gonna go over there, or he was gonna come over here, he was gonna be this worker, provider. I know he desperately was seeking a better life here in the United States, and he came from a hard background. It was really sad. And so but I'm talking about the religions and everything. So um we were like, we were like, okay, we're gonna get married, we're gonna have these kids, da da da, whatever, whatever, whatever. And then everything being manipulated in the spirit realm. um he just kind of like backed off, I just kind of like backed off. And then this embarrassing thing happened to me where my teeth were all jacked up, so I blocked him for like a long time. And then whenever I found Jesus, I was like, okay, I was like, I can't deal with this person the way I want to, like, video chatting him. Even with this girl best friend that I had, I couldn't be on the phone from sun up till sundown with her. Sometimes we would be on the phone, we wouldn't even be talking. That's how close we were and stuff. But anyway, it just kind of fizzled out, and we went long periods of like not talking. But whenever like I would get the courage to like unblock him and talk to him, it was always the same, like, I still love you, we're still gonna be together, don't lose hope. And but it was just, it's sad, and it fizzled out. And then this long years later, like 2 years later, whatever, I was like, I'm just gonna, because all last year I didn't have Facebook, I don't think, anyway. But and then whenever I came back onto Facebook, I was like, what the freak? Like, I don't know. It's just really, times have really changed. I really don't care about being on social media anymore. But um, I'm gonna do these videos, and I'm just gonna like quit being scared, and I'm gonna push them out. Um, yeah, I'm going to. Because I learned my lesson last time whenever I had a phone. And but like I said, sometimes like I go off on a tangent, and I was trying to get on my back on my medication that I used to take a long time ago, so that way I could kind of like be zeroed in a little bit. But I don't know about all of that. So so recently, like within the last couple of months, I like 2 months ago I had a different phone, and I made a Facebook account. I added him, and I think it was like, I think he's over there going through so much in those other countries. We don't even like tell Jesus and God like how thankful we are for these luxuries that we have here in the United States. Like, we have a lot of luxuries here that we take for granted. And so anyway, I just contacted him, and he's like, yeah, he's like, Erica, he's like, well, I'm gonna call you on video chat. He's like, I wanna laugh with you, not at you. You know what I mean? With you. It's a big difference. And so I was like, okay. So, I got ready, and we got on video and everything. And he was just explaining how, because I keep trying to tell him, like, believe in Christ, and everything like that. And then we get in these discussions about like, this and that. And you know how the Muslims, they always have like, like, well, why this and why that? Who's this and that? All these questions and everything. And I said, you know what? I said, so I thought about it and I was like, the only way I can get him to actually believe in Christ is to ask Jesus to like manifest, if Christ, Jesus, if you are real, show me yourself, And I don't know if he ever did or anything. I never got a confirmation or whatever. I just think that I was supposed to put the relationship down, but we've been through so much that like now, like when we get on video chat, it's just like normal. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, like, I know you went through a lot of terrible things and I've been over here going through a lot of terrible things too. So, it's not that it's nothing anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's not like that giddy I'm in love type of thing. It's just kind of like um I don't know, it's just weird. And so, but the whole religion thing, and he's like, yeah, I love Christ and all this and that, but he still won't like admit that, it's not Muhammad and Allah and all this and that. And so, but to say like, he believes in Allah and I believe in Jesus Christ, and to say that, okay, well, we can love each other even though we still, don't agree on religions, but do I believe? I just told him recently, I said, you know what, like you should find a wife over there and have kids and live a good life, over there. And like we have to get rid of this like illusion of, you know what I mean? Just like we have to get rid of it because I don't think, you know what I mean? But anyway, religion is a big thing, and I feel like people, but for me, like I was going really strict with it, and I was saying, like, because there's people out there that will tell you different things about different things, and um and I don't know, it's just really hard. And it's really hard because it feels like the pressure is really on, especially like to tell and to evangelize to people that just don't even want to hear about it. They don't even care. It's not that they don't care, but it's like, well, who are you to tell me what to believe in? And like, why do you feel like your God and your Jesus is so right and this and that? And it's just like, I think that it's hard to to be here in this day and age, and especially like seeking after Christ and all this stuff. It's just hard. And it's amazing how that somehow, some way, I've never fully walked away. I've always threatened it, but I've never been able to, because and then I have to bring myself back, like Jesus did a lot for you. For me, I'm talking about like, Jesus did a lot for you. You have a lot to be grateful for. Like, yeah, I know like you're getting attacked left, right, and center, but like you need to be grateful and thankful that you're okay. And and that God isn't gonna, he's still gonna do stuff and everything, but it's just really hard. And so yeah, I just went like the conflictingness of like the different religions and everything, but like for me, I have to hold on to Jesus. I have to hold on to the Bible. I have to do all this and that, and it's not easy. It's not difficult. Um and I think that the earlier and the quicker that we accept that we're going to face persecution, you know um I feel like the earlier we accept that, the better off we'll be, because I think that's where Christians shy away from everything, is like, but for me, I feel like I'm at a big hindrance, and so that's why I'm going to try to use my platform to try to reach out to people and whatever, because I have a lot of kids, you know, I have my kids that I need to raise, and childcare and getting a job. I don't know. It's just like these times are so weird and so weird, and I just don't understand. Like sometimes I'm just like, okay, well, whatever. You know? And so yeah, it's just hard. And but I just wanted to share my heart with you guys in that. But like I said, okay, so the reason why I was telling about the religion, the different religions and everything was because like I don't know, it's just hard to like evangelize and tell people about him. I'm not ashamed of Jesus or anything like that, but it's just like we've come so far in like society and where we are now that, but I see it more and more, like more people are like waking up to Jesus and accepting him and everything, but um there's just a lot of people that stand against him. And but this is why I wanted to talk about that, is because I was doing it in a really harsh manner, you know. And you know what, like I'm gonna make a separate video.